We're gunning here for IFL TV in association with Macklin's Jim Marbella. I'm here with Ricky Hatton backstage at the York Hall after 3 fights, 3 Upton brothers. Mixture of outcomes. Must be difficult to have a loss at the first in a dressing room and then to be in the same dressing room. How do you deal with that as a trainer now?
No, I mean, it's it's nice for 3 brothers. To fight on the show together. It must be a very, very proud moment for all of them, and for the father, Tony, to have them all 3 brothers on the same show. But it does come with difficulties when, sadly, what happened in the first bout, where Sonny unfortunately lost. It puts a damper on everyone, doesn't it? To be honest with you, but it happens. But I think for the future, I think they'll box and shows together again, because it's something that in years to come the family can look back on and feel proud of. But I mean, certain fights will have to put them on different shows, so they don't have the added pressure of the worry of the siblings. Yeah.
But we saw that with Paul Smith one time when his brother got knocked out, Stephen Smith, and he struggled getting into the ring after. Yeah. Do you have to do anything as a coach when there's a loss in a dressing room for the other brothers, or do you just almost sort of sweep it under the carpet and take about it later?
It's hard to sweep it under the carpet, because I think the absolute world of all the brothers are like bleeding family to me. But no, it's just you've got to just say, listen, it's your fight. You know what I mean? Don't look at the crowd. Don't think about what happened in the previous fight. Just look about the man in front of you, and that's what you've come here to do and there to beat. And they coped. Anthony and Paulie coped really well under the pressure they were under from what happened to Sonny in the first fight. Sonny was boxing a beautiful fight, and he just stayed there a bit too long and got caught, and it sometimes happens. He'll learn from it. He'll come back from it. Do you think the referee was very quick though? I mean,
it's a bit of a bizarre ending. What did you make of it?
I think it was a joke, to be honest. I don't mince my words. You know what I mean? I say it the way it is. I think that's why people like me. It was a joke. He absorbed it. He grabbed hold of him. Granted, the fella turned him, and he fell over the top ropes. But the punches that hit him, stopped him, were in the spine and on the back of the head. And I've been in this game a few years. That's fucking illegal. You know what I mean? So, I think the board need to look at it, and the referees have a hard job. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's an easy job. You got split second to make a decision, and that gentleman panicked tonight, and that's the top and bottom of it. And I won't move from that. And I think I defy anybody to watch that video and turn around and come and tell me differently. Yeah.
First fight of the night in here as well. Maybe he wasn't switched on properly enough.
No,
maybe
I think he was switched on. He was boxing. I mean, we go back.
The referee.
Oh, the referee. Yeah, but I mean, should be switched on. Yeah. You know what I mean? Get a Red Bull down here for Christ's sake or something. You know what I mean? And, But no, I think. Listen, trust me. I've got confidence in Sonny's ability. You haven't heard the last of this man. So he's having a little bit of a tough time. At the minute he's had unbelievably bad luck. I think he won his first fight. He got a little bit careless tonight, but that's experience. You know what I mean? He takes that on board. You know what I mean? With what he's had a couple of defeats, but what he's gained from it in experience, he'll come back from. There's only up to 9 now. He won't let this beat him. You know what I mean? He'll come back stronger. And at the end of the day, I know what he can do. He knows what he can do, and in the years to come, he'll get to exactly where he wants to go. I'll make sure of it.
And then Paulie went out and got the first off of his career.
Yeah, absolutely. Me and Paulie's just been working together, in a short space of time. Different training methods and it's very hard, when you've been training with someone, training a certain way for such a long time, and then all of a sudden you go somewhere different. You move home, if you like. He's come to Manchester. Different surroundings. It's very, very hard. Different training methods. And he's adapted to it magnificently in such a short space of time. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. He'll get even better and better and better. We haven't even started yet, as far as I'm concerned with Paul.
Yeah. And then another stoppage to top it off. Anthony went down there, dropped Mitev in the first, stopped him in the second. Lovely performance.
Yeah, punch perfect. For me, you know what I mean. He was his first 6-rounder. I said, ease into it, take your time. Make him miss. That's exactly what he did. And they come back to the corner at the end of the first round. I said, I know you've got to ease into the fight, but, when you make him miss, he was making him miss by an absolute mile, and he was just dying there to be hit. I said, at least, even it's the early stages of the fight, at least if you make him miss that badly, come back with at least a single. Yeah. and and he did, and the fight was over. His patience, his balance, the way he made him miss, the way he made him move, feinted, took his time. I couldn't fault Anthony tonight.
Yeah. And the Upton Clan fans out there as well were a bit special tonight.
Brilliant, to be honest with you. I think I'd like to think that the people of Bethnal Green and the fight fans of London that have all come tonight, I bet they can't wait to see them back here. Again, and we'd like to thank Steve Goodwin, for putting the boys on the, on the show. But yeah, it's my proudest achievement was the fan base that I had as a fighter, and even the fighters trained now have not got a bad fan base, have they? And that's what it's all about. They're good kids, nice kids, talented kids. They sell the tickets. The fans come and dress up as leprechauns and create a great atmosphere. It's good for boxing, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah.
And just talking about training the three boys now, you've got all three of them in Manchester now. Is it a bit difficult or a bit different, shall we say, the dynamic of having three brothers as opposed to just three individual fighters? Is there, because they've got a special relationship between themselves?
No different, to be honest. We have a good banter in the gym. We have a good crack. Trust me. No one trains harder than us. Nobody be fitter than these boys. When they get in the ring, they have a good banter. They're training along two European champions in Sergei Rabchenko and Zakyanov. When I coming through, I trained alongside champions like Carl Thompson, Enzo Bingham, Steve the Viking Foster. Yeah. It raises your game because that's where they want to get to. Yeah. You know what I mean? And the fact that you've got three brothers, willing each other on, in the training, when training gets hard, you got Paulie goes, come on, Sonny, and Anthony, come on, Paulie, and it brings the best out, not just what the advice I'm trying to pass on. Just working alongside each other, I think they get that extra bit of, when things are getting hard, they find that little bit extra, don't they? So they're a dream to train. I think the world of the family, and we're going to go from strength to strength.
There was a lot of talk on Sky Sports last week about Josh Warrington's fan base almost being likened to your own. How do you build a fan base like that, grassroots?
I just think one, you've got to have an exciting style, which the boys that I'm training, the Upton boys they've got an exciting style, so that people always want to come and watch them. But I think if you keep the feet on the floor and you keep real, you see so many people now when need to badmouth opponents or sell tickets. I never badmouthed anyone in my life, and no one sold tickets more than me. Yeah. I think you've just got to work hard. Be right with people. Say things. Say it the way it is. Remain humble, and I think people will always support you. And when you've got the talent as well, which the boys all got, you can't fail.
Yeah. And finally, what can we expect for the three boys over the next year?
Well, to be honest, I'd just like them to stay where they are, to be honest, for the next 12 months, especially Paulie, because me and Paulie just started together. We need a few more fights under our belt. I think one more 4-rounder with Paulie, then we'll move it up to 6, and as we get more used to the training methods, I think we'll go from strength to strength. But I think just, how I improved was fighting regular. You know what I mean? You're fighting regular, the lads are earning while they're learning, fighting regular all the time, build them up. My first year I had 9 pro fights, and it's the best thing that ever happened to me, But I think just leaving where they are for the time being, I think they proved that they've got the talent, they proved they've got their ability, and it's only a matter of time before they have belts round. But one thing I learned through working with the promoters I worked, and I worked with some of the best, in Frank Warren and Golden Boy and people like that, sort of about timing in promoting, you know what I mean? You don't rush, you don't chuck someone in, you just wait for that right fight or that right opening to appear, and you make the move at the right time, and that's what I'll do with the boys.
Brilliant. Thanks very much for talking to us. Really appreciate that. And good luck in the future with the boys as well.